Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is First Reaction TV. My name is J Mart. Right now, we're about to watch a little bit of Mayor Pete. Um, he finally showed up at Palestine, Ohio, at the massive railroad explosion, and this kind of caught me off guard. I found it extremely odd. You know, it's been whatever it's been. I mean, I think it's coming up on almost 3 weeks, whatever it is, like 18, 19 days somewhere. It's close to 3 weeks now, and they've been calling for um, the Secretary of Transportation to show up and to come out, and he finally does. I just found this entire thing completely odd because this dude showed up at the crack of dawn, man, where the sun hasn't even like fully came up yet. I think he got there at like 7 in the morning East Coast time. I'm not sure if where he's at in Ohio is another hour behind, if it's 6 in the morning there. But you best believe all the citizens there in Ohio are either just getting up for work or still in bed or at their hotels if they're not, back to their houses yet, or, staying with family and friends. Nowhere in the area where this dude showed up. All these guys are dressed, ready for work. When you know that, all these, I guess you want to call them, construction workers, rail guys. These guys aren't working in the in the dark, most of them. So this seems like this was a fully set up and like staged thing where these guys wanted to get there. They wanted to do this photo op with Mayor Pete, and they wanted to get the hell out of there. Now, if something else comes out, later in the day where Mayor Pete talks to the people, relieves some of the concerns, and gets his face out there more, maybe he does. But I think this is extremely odd. I think it's strange. And if this dude actually showed up there before these people even got out of bed and then hit the road back to Washington, before the citizens even found out he was there, I think it's going to be extremely sad.
Yeah, the folks that do it are very talented. And there's basically simultaneous charges, one on the bottom, one on the top. Right. And that allows the product to flow out and basically not explode.
Which is okay. And then what do you think are the main things we can learn just from having access to this? NTSB-wise versus FRA-wise versus PHMSA-wise. Like, do we have analytics that might benefit from access to this? Things we don't think we already know? Is the science straightforward enough that really it's more just kind of an incident?
Paul was saying you get drone footage initially, and then you compare all the measurements you do by hand with the drone footage and see what happened.
They got microphones up in the background. Like, if people can't see this for what it is, like, I am so sorry. This is almost embarrassing. Like, it is embarrassing. Like, Mayor Pete's over here talking about something, and I think the actual dude here, in the red vest that has probably done this his whole life was like, what the hell did he just ask me?
Before the fire, but after the crash, and then what happened after the fire.
Right, so we use that drone footage for context. After we had these cars decontaminated and in the staging area, now they're ready for hot work. If we needed to cut it on parts off of the cars. We came in yesterday, we did some detailed measurements of all the damage, so they documented it all. If you notice on this car, the pressure plate housing is coming through. We have those currently stored in the trailer.
Can't have your back to the camera, Mayor Pete.
Pressure relief devices on all of the downplayed cars around the valley. There's only a ship goes to Texas to the facility where we're going to have them crash tested and then dismantled.
This is so bad.
So at least
Regardless of what kind of tank the gases are in, if there's even one car on the train that's not at a high standard and it's flammable, the rest is at risk, right?
Yes, it is. So you can have a cascading,
Which could
failure
happen
from
here.
one tank to the other. That was the concern with these VCM cars.
Sure.
That, one should. At
Are we
this point,
satisfied
I
that we
think
reached
at this point we're satisfied. We did a lot of that work yesterday. We completed a lot of it yesterday, and of course the week prior. And right after
Look at the person with the camera in the background.
We went through
Dressed like a complete construction worker, but has like a $4,000 camera. Look at him posing. Watch him pose. Watch him pose.
left in situ before it was even moved over here. So we got all of that documented. I think
Dude. Oh my God. He did it again.
Measurements, analysis, seems
This is so bad.
Plan for
This-
so. While we were
Can smell that maybe aren't at that threshold, and there's probably also things you can't smell that can hurt you.
That's
You
the
gotta-
problem with this. So vinyl chloride has a lower threshold that's hundreds of times higher than commercial exposure.
So it can hurt you way before you can
You
smell it.
can't smell it in
Oh, man.
very bad atmosphere. So that was the danger.
Not just in terms of carcinogen effect, but in terms of acute.
The acute exposure. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Good news is, as far as we know, no one's been reported with symptoms of acute exposure.
I have not received that in reports of it myself. EPA and health department. I think the concern with the venting burning was the combustion products from the vinyl
That's
chloride monomer. That could include things such as hydrochloric acid. We were concerned about being a lot of particulate matter, carbon monoxide, all of that regarding the robustness of the cracker.
I'm sorry for laughing. He's just so out of his element here.
Could be made out of cardboard.
That, I mean, look, I've seen some stuff in the past, about Pete Buttigieg, and I have prior opinions, on him before coming here, and to me, he's a politician's politician, where it seems like he always just does that absolute bare minimum and to get by, but at the same time he also makes sure he's seen doing that bare minimum. Just like with the transportation stuff, I've watched some of the hearings and proceedings, dealing with transportation, and it's a lot of boring stuff, and there's a ton of boring hours. You can get sucked into watching that stuff, but I've watched a lot of him, and he's the one with the great idea. We have to go green and electric cars and this and that, but then the second someone asks him a question about can our energy grids even handle the cars? It's, well, we can't give up, and he gives this, politician American speech, and the bottom line is they can't. If everyone in the United States right now actually switched to electric cars, we don't have the power to charge them. We literally would run out of power. We don't have the energy capabilities. People would ask him about, how these electric cars are made, and how, this is another bad statistic, but in these electric vehicles, 90% of the products in them we have to buy from China. Not because people were just outsourcing them because we have to, or because we want to. We have to get them from them. We don't have the materials and the capabilities to make this stuff, or to mine it, to refine it, to then make the batteries, the equipment. I mean, it's like the whole nine. And he'd get asked about stuff like that, and he'd do the same. Well, just because it's hard doesn't mean we should give up. and stop making electric cars. And it's yes, right. Like, obviously that's an easy answer. That's like an answer, a coach would give his t-ball team, to a bunch of 5-year-olds. Like, we all know that. We're adults. The problem is that you don't have an actual answer for it. Obviously, the answer isn't give up, but at the same time, you still don't have a real answer or a real solution. So, he's on the side of go green, which is popular, energy car or electric cars, which is popular, and he has no real answers behind any of the stuff it seems like he's in charge of.
Or plastic or metal.
Okay, so crashworthiness hasn't really been.
There goes a train going by. Oh, it's just great.
Normal business operations on that street.
This is great.
Good, but there's
This is great.
yeah. So
Which
if you
case you
can,
wouldn't have had
Oh my god, this is great. Like he had it. Like, he didn't just go there, man. This dude had a frickin' camera crew. He had a camera crew rolling out here with him. And once again, like, I hate to keep saying this, but, like, what else do you think he's doing there? Like, yes, he's talking to the people in charge. The white hats is normally what you would call them. Because normally anyone wearing a white hat on a big job like this is a supervisor of some sort. Most other guys, they have their blue hats, their yellow hats, red hats, whatever. If you see a white hat, you straighten the hell up pretty quick because they're normally running something. And he's talking to all the white hats. There's what, 7, 8 guys there. The whole point of this though was, the public outcry was that the citizens needed to hear from him. The citizens wanted to hear what was going on. The citizens of that town, wanted faith in their public office, officials. And, like, look around, man. Like, there's no people there. Like, no one knew he was even coming. Like, that's why I think, like, he showed up in secret at like 7 in the morning.
processes that are still being figured out. What are some
These politicians have no idea what it's like, to have real world problems. And I think Mayor Pete's just in that category. Let me know what you guys think. I can't. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, subscribe, please. I appreciate it. Peace.